everyone, and welcome to 1923 Main Street.
Home of the Daddy, Daughter, Disney Travel Podcast. We are your hosts.
I am Mike Belobradic.
And I'm Amelia Belobradic. And today, it's the Foodie's Guide to Walt Disney World as we rank the parks based on their food options, how good they are, and where you should go.
And you know what? Food in the parks. Big part of a Disney vacation. Is that what you were thinking when you came up with this topic idea?
Yeah, because we've talked about the resort and we've talked about the park, and we've always just used food as an aspect. But what if it's one of the most important things when you decide? What if you want the best meal of your life? Where do you go?
Well, I don't know if you'd go. I don't think the best meal of your life is in any of the parks, in my opinion.
If you're a child.
But let's get into this. Now, we're going to go by park. Do you want to go by the year they came on board or...
Number of options, probably, I think would be the best.
So we looked into how many food establishments there are in each park. So this may be sort of cool. You see if you can guess right now what order they're going to be. And what this means, just so you understand in Disney terms, is they count everything except for like ice cream carts and popcorn. So if you can move it on wheels, it is not counted as a food establishment, but everything else is. So this includes everything from table service to sort of dining windows. All right, which park has the most?
Well, we know Epcot has the most because World Showcase is just full and loaded with amazing meals that are really, really good, and there's tons and tons of them. So I'm assuming that has quite a substantial lead.
So what is Epcot's number? As you just said, it's number one. How many dining establishments are in Epcot?
58.
58 is correct. 58.
That's a lot.
That's a lot in Epcot alone. And really, if you think about it, you said World Showcase. Pretty much every country in there has like 3. They have a quick service and sometimes 2 table services or a snack window, or like France has the ice cream. Then they have Monsieur Paul and they have Chef de France. So all 3 of those would count. There may even be more in there. So Epcot. You know I like making lists. So when I was thinking about this episode, I sort of made not quite good and bad, but I made 2 lists. One of things I really like and recommend, and it's hard for Epcot because I could name half the park, but I've narrowed it down. But I also made lists of things not necessarily that are bad, but that are sort of on my
could be better
other list, and the reasons vary. So let's dive in. Do you have a favorite at Epcot, or what would you recommend to somebody, or what is your general view of dining at Epcot beyond what you just said?
You know, really, I don't know if you would consider this a restaurant, but they sell very good food in the Germany pavilion.
Yes, that caramel station is counted because there are other, it's not just...
Oh, is that ever good?
It's not just...
They sell cupcakes and like some sort of pastry and caramels and caramel popcorn.
Yeah, pretty much every...
soft caramel and hard caramel and filled caramel, and I could just go on and on about how good that
If you like
is.
Werther's, it's pretty much every kind of Werther's ever made on that wall. Plus, they do have fresh stuff made in-house there. So, yeah.
Their cupcakes are delicious.
What about dining? Like a meal?
Monsieur Paul is really good.
Monsieur Paul? Yeah, I like it too. It's on my good list. And I find a lot of people sometimes don't like it. And
have they had the steak?
Well, you know what? Recently, something hit me because someone said, well, I feel sort of crowded in that dining room. And you know what dawned on me? So as you may or may not know, I spent a time living in France, and it struck me, and you were in France. We went to Disneyland Paris, but we also spent time in Paris and Nice and around. French restaurants are very crowded. So I said to this person, that's actually quite authentic. I don't even know if Disney did that by design, but French restaurants...
Knowing Disney, nothing's ever random.
French restaurants are quite crowded.
Oh, yes.
You sit very close to people.
Maybe not in COVID, but...
Yeah, but yeah. And
traditionally.
That's a good point. I do want to point out, we're doing that in every episode now. We're just talking about, a lot of stuff's closed right now. We're talking about general open Disney in all these episodes. So some of these restaurants aren't open at this exact minute, but they might be in a month from now.
Yeah.
So anyway, I do agree with Monsieur Paul. Do you want me to mention the ones that I think are lacking? I only put 2 things on the list. One is Akershus.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
So Akershus is sort of the other princess dining. Yeah. We've been there, of course. We're not cutting up things we haven't been to.
But see, it's not that the food is bad. It's the type of food.
Well, I don't find it great. Now,
but you just don't like Norwegian cuisine.
Yeah, it's mostly Norwegian type of dishes.
And let me tell you, well, I'm not 5, but if I were a 5-year-old,
Well, you were probably 5 when
I'd
you were
not
there.
enjoy that. I would not enjoy.
And this is what I hear
That-
from many guests there. There's no options for the kids. So I get authentic, but if you're going to do, you know what, just have a Norwegian restaurant then,
Yeah.
right?
'Cause
Because I
people
do
wanna
like
go.
international cuisine, but
Yeah.
but in that place, but it's not just the food.
Uh-huh.
It's the setup of the way it works. It's clunky, and it's just compared to Cinderella's Royal Table, which is the other version, which we'll talk about when we get to that part.
But people want to go because they want Anna and Elsa. But then all these kids go because they're in love with Anna and Elsa.
Well, Anna and
then-
Elsa aren't even in that.
I know, but that's why they want to go to the restaurant, because they're like, oh, Norway, Anna and
Yeah.
Elsa, let's go to this restaurant because I want to be like Anna and Elsa, yada, yada, yada. You know?
Actually,
that's-
maybe they are now. I don't know. It used to be bell greeting when we went.
Yeah, but that's
we'll
why
see.
people go to this Norwegian restaurant, because for children, the Norway pavilion has become Anna and Elsa, land of fun.
Yeah, so I think Akershus, with some improvements, could be a better place. The only other one I don't really like is Nine Dragons in China, because
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but it reminds me of food court Chinese food. So I just don't think it's up to par when there's so many exceptional restaurants.
But then again, I also just don't like Chinese foods. I'm not international.
And so some of the ones I do like at Epcot. Now, I always loved the smokehouse during the Epcot Flower and Garden Festival.
And now it's permanent.
And they finally made it permanent.
That was a smart move, Disney.
Yeah, renamed the Regal Eagle instead of just the smokehouse. Now it's the Regal Eagle Smokehouse. And we have an ode to that in our Disney Resort North backyard. So, yeah,
Yes.
definitely if you like smoked meats of any kind, go to the Regal Eagle, the smokehouse. It's awesome. Takumi Te, my number one restaurant in all of Walt Disney World after Victoria and Albert's in Japan. Exceptional fine dining. You liked it, did you not?
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm not a cultural food person. I prefer like American, Canadian. I prefer North American food. But I have to say, that was a good restaurant.
Well, the Japanese love their steak, as do you. So that's
Steak
why.
is so
That's
good.
why you liked it. And the smoked whiskey there is amazing. Japanese whiskeys
Yeah, I
are good.
can't speak for that.
When you add a little cherry wood smoke, let me tell you, it was great. Monsieur Paul, you mentioned, we like that. We recommend
So
it
good.
in our, we've been there many times. We love it. It's great. Le Cellier, the Canada, as Canadians, we love
Yeah.
Le Cellier. If you like steak and their cheddar cheese soup, which we actually do eat here in Canada, it is a thing. So
Basically, anywhere that has good steak, I'm a fan of.
yeah, you're a fan of. And there's lots of other ones people like. But
Yeah.
I'm just going to jump. You know, there's snacks and all sorts of things through World Showcase. And the thing about Epcot is the festivals too. You know, the food and wine is an amazing, if you can go at that time in September, that's an exceptional festival. And even now Flower and Garden, they have all those food booths. And, you know, Flower and Garden, food and wine, and pretty much every festival at Epcot, they're all blurring into food and drink festivals. Not just wine, but beer and everything else. So
Yeah.
Epcot really is a gastronomic paradise for foodies, so definitely go there.
Yeah.
And the one I just did want to point out, Sunshine Seasons is a quick service inside the building, the land where Soren is. It's really good, and there are a lot of healthy
For
options.
quick service, it's actually
Yeah,
not bad.
It's like a little food court.
Yeah, but their healthy options are actually quite
Yeah,
good.
so, and there's a lot of variety in there. Even for breakfast, it's a good place to grab a quick breakfast. So Epcot, totally great place. Tons of choices. No big surprise that it is number one. And I'll say it's number one by a long, long shot.
Yeah, by
So-
almost 20 stations.
So you said 58.
Yeah.
Do you know what's next? Do you remember? Because you don't have a list in front of you like I do.
Yes, I don't need
I
one.
am a prepared co-host, my friends.
Coming in at second is Magic Kingdom with quite a drop from Epcot, but still an impressive 39.
Yes, 39. So we've gone from 58 to 39. Now, Magic Kingdom, okay, your high-level view. What do you think of it for food?
Well, I don't want to give away my ranking at the end, but it's not terrible.
Ooh, you're going to rank them at the end. I guess
Yeah,
I didn't think about that.
It's ranking the parks. That's what we got
Here
to
I
do.
am talking about lists, and I didn't even, so I'm going to have to think about that in the back of my head as we come towards the end eventually.
You're welcome for the heads up.
I do have a lot of comments about Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, I can tell by the writing. But, you know, it's not great, but it's also not terrible. It's somewhere in the middle.
There's a couple of standouts for me, and of course, 2 or 3 that I think could be improved. What is
Exactly.
your Can you give me a go-to quick service and a go-to table service in that park?
Yeah, so O2 table service, I would have to say Cinderella's Royal Table. And I'm actually going to do this for all the parks at the end. So, Cinderella's Royal Table, it's not just for kids. The food is really good whether you're a 5-year-old, as I've been, or a 13-year-old, or I assume you like the food because you go back
and,
there every 2 days.
We've talked about it, I think, in a recent episode, so we don't have to go on a lot. But people, I see it critiqued for food, and I really disagree 100% with those critiques because we've gone there many, many, many times over the years.
It's quite good.
And even as they've changed the menu, and we've gone breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and we've always enjoyed it.
First family, regular guest.
There's never been one time that I have not liked the food. So I disagree with those. I think the food's good. The experience is amazing, but definitely agree. You're going to do this at the end, so you don't want me to put you on the spot now?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you, first of all, the 3 I think, for various reasons, are on my not so great list. First one is Be Our Guest.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Now, Be Our Guest is a great restaurant for ambiance. If you love Beauty and the Beast and you want to actually get inside Beast Castle, it's spectacular, right?
Yeah, the decor is off the chart.
Yeah.
It's like out of the live-action movie. It's
You've got
incredible.
3 rooms, the West Wing. Now, I'll give you my tip. West Wing is very cool, but I don't like eating in there because it's super duper dark.
No, I'm quite the opposite. I love eating in there because, well, it's super duper dark.
But no matter where you're seated at any meal, you can freely walk around and look at all the rooms. It's pretty standard, so don't worry about it. Don't stress if you don't get the room you wanted or whatever. But you know what? My thing about Be Our Guest is when it first opened almost 10 years ago, the food was really good. Not only was it a great restaurant, but the food was quite good. It's really slipped year after year, and the menu's changed, and even the way they do it's changed. So it's not as great. It's not bad, as you would say, but it's not as good as it once was. Still worth going, though, because it's a good atmosphere.
Yeah, but, it's not bad. It's good food, and compared to some other restaurants they have, it's quite good.
I would say it's okay. In fact, I didn't even like my pork tenderloin last time at all.
It's certain dishes are better than others. But I will say the gray stuff, it's delicious.
Now, there's one that I think is bad, has gone downhill. It's a quick service in Frontierland, and I'm talking about Pico's Bills.
Ooh.
And that's where the carrot game was actually created. So
it used to be so good.
It used to be. Here's a good side trick. When Amelia was little and we wanted her to eat her vegetables, you get carrots at a lot of kids' meals. We used to have a game where you'd go 1, 2, 3, go, and we'd have a race of picking up the carrot. You couldn't touch it till you said go, and whoever got it in their mouth first, and someone would judge.
Was always the winner.
Yeah, but it totally worked. She ate all her vegetables, so that's our little
That
tip
was a trick?
That was a trick to get the kids to eat.
Still do that.
But Pico's Bills used to be good. Then they changed the menu away from sort of nice banquet burgers and stuff. And now I just really think it's sort of gross, to be honest. We don't go there anymore, and maybe they'll change it back. It's too bad because it's a huge place. It's a great layout for quick service, but I don't like the food.
I think they need a balance because it used to be really, really full of like junk food. And now they tried to make it healthier, but I feel like they missed.
It's sort of weird. Yeah, I don't like it at all.
They threw at the target and they missed. I think they need a balance between what there is now and what there was before if they want.
So for quick service, personally, I would skip that. And the other one on this list while I'm at it is right around the corner from that in Adventureland is Tortuga Tavern. And it's not that it's sort of hot dogs or something, I think, regularly. It's a lot of time it's not even open. Then they use it for like the Christmas party to give out hot chocolate and cookies.
And it could be really great, but I think my issue with it is it could be fantastic, but instead it falls short and it's kind of just a blah.
Yeah, well, that's my point. I think they're not using it well. It's underutilized. I love the sign, actually. I like the whole sort of cool location. It's not far from Pirates over there. But yeah, so Tortuga Tavern, they could really do something with that and make it good. Now let me go through my fun list, and you tell me yay or nay. These are my thoughts. Aloha Isle for Dole Whip.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's a must-do if you're in Magic Kingdom Park.
That could even be a meal, honestly. It's quite filling.
And they have a few varieties. Like, well, you can get the drinks, too. But it's, especially if you're not...
I don't recommend the lime.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Don't get the
lime. I
lime.
don't know if they have the lime there or not. They definitely have the Polynesian pineapple lanai. Okay, Plaza Ice Cream on Main Street.
Oh, yeah.
Very end of Main Street. If you're going to go there, don't go at lunch when the lineup is hours long.
Don't do that.
And I recommend the All-American, but as much as I eat ice cream, the Plaza Ice Cream is worth a visit. And right around the corner to the right from Plaza Ice Cream is the Plaza. Probably the most underrated, I think, table service there.
But I mean, you think because it's near the Emporium and stuff.
And it's a burger place, but it is table service. And you know what?
It's quite good.
I like it.
I
It's
like
good
it.
for burgers. So don't underestimate the Plaza if you can get a reservation there. It's pretty good. We talked about Cinderella's Royal Table. Probably the nicest there, except there's one other I'm going to throw at you. Then I know you like this one by the castle. It's quick service, but it's a very large meal that I don't know if I'd call it a meal, but I have to split it.
Oh, it's definitely a meal.
I'm talking about Sleepy Hollow, and what do you get there?
The waffle sandwich.
The waffle sandwiches and those things.
I don't know how people can eat a whole
Yeah,
one.
if you've never had a gigantic waffle with a chicken breast and all sorts of other sweet, gooey goodness in there, then
I'm
try
full
one.
after half.
Yeah, they're very filling. So Sleepy Hollow. But you know what? It's fun, good park food. And so is Pinocchio Village House. Yeah, it's just flatbread and pizza, but I like it.
Yeah.
Now, you know, a lot of these, 10 years ago at Disney World, it was all junk. There were no nice places.
Yeah.
So
It's what we call the good old days.
yeah, if you haven't been before and you're just going now, well, you're coming into a good era because at some point Disney brass said, you know what, we need to up our food game because
At some point,
Disneyland.
Disney said, you know what, we're going to make all our food healthy and make kids
Well,
not like it.
Not all our food, just add options. And Disneyland was always way ahead of the curve. So Disneyland is not alone now. Disney World has quite a lot of healthier food, but they still have the junk. Like, for example, Cosmic Rays, greasy fried chicken and fries. But you know what? Some people say, oh, it's disgusting, but it's greasy fried chicken and fries. But it's not, I don't find it disgusting. We'll eat there sometimes. You want fried chicken and French fries? It's okay. It's quick service. It's big. Cosmic Ray is playing away there in Tomorrowland, so it's good.
But I see most people who go, if you go for like a week, you're on vacation. And if you're walking around the parks all day, like we do, you easily get 20 to 30,000 steps. Easily.
Well, I don't clock steps.
Well, I do. And it's
I
quite
did
easy.
once clock that it's about 8 miles a day that you walk. Generally, the average. And we don't even go full days. So if you're really one of those hardcore bringing a backpack, like I travel with nothing in the parks. I carry nothing except my phone.
And a camera.
Well, now I may just with my new iPhone. I'm going to see how good it is. But there's one last one I want to talk about in Magic Kingdom before we move on. And that is the Skipper Canteen. I think it's highly underrated. Table service across from Jungle Cruise. And it's a little bit, I wouldn't say exotic, but slightly different. The steak is very good. And the char siu pork, or however you say it, is very good. So if you're wondering about Skipper Canteen, people forget about it. It's a few years old now, but I highly recommend it. It's good. All right. So that's Magic Kingdom in a nutshell. There's lots of good stuff, lots of snacks, but those are some of the highlights we would like to point out in our
Skip
foodie
Canteen
guide.
is okay.
Now, park number 3 so there's 2 parks left, Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom. If you're listening, make your choice now before Amelia tells you which Disney park has the 3rd most dining establishments. And that park is...
Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom comes in at number 3. Do you recall?
37 restaurants. So quite close to Magic Kingdom. Even
So
though
just to
I got this
recap,
wrong.
Epcot has 58, Magic Kingdom has 39, Animal Kingdom has 37. I like Animal Kingdom dining.
It's good.
I think it's underrated.
It is. It's underrated because most people, when they think of Animal Kingdom, they think of few restaurants, bad shops, always
Yeah,
rainy.
I mean, look at that. It's almost exactly the same amount of stuff as Magic Kingdom, but when you think of it like it has 20, not 37. So a few standouts I'm going to put in, and then again, I have one that'll probably make some people mad that they think is great, but I think it's okay. Actually,
start with that.
I'll start with that. So
the controversy.
I hear
out of the way.
raves about this, and I think it's okay. And trust me, we've eaten there a couple of times, at least. And that is Satuli Canteen in Pandora.
You dislike that.
Everybody's raving about all these pockets and all these, and I really actually did not like it. I go, there's way better stuff in this park than this. However, the drinks at Pogo or whatever it is nearby are quite good. Yeah, the boba drinks are great. But Satuli Canteen, I'm sorry, folks,
It's not great, but it's also it's not as bad as you make it out to seem. It's okay.
Yeah, well, I went into it. You see, a lot of this is your expectations. Oh, this is the greatest thing. And I'm going, really? I don't think so. And this is more than one meal there. So,
Yeah.
but there are a few consistent winners there. Do you have a favorite in that park off the top of your head?
I like Tiffin's.
Tiffin's is, yeah, nice.
It's good.
It's very good. So's the Nomad Lounge if for you who want to have a little drinky right beside it. But Tiffin's is good. There's another one that I know you like. It is character dining.
Yeah.
Tusker House. Good character dining.
Yeah, it's quite good. It's better than some of the stuff at the other parks. Like, it's better than the Norwegian dining by a long shot.
And there's a lot of sort of bland quick service, to be honest. Like those 37. There's some of them I don't really love. But there's one that's really good. Really, really good. Year after year. You know I like barbecue. And it is Flame Tree Barbecue. I love Flame Tree Barbecue. I still do. And it, you know, in Animal Kingdom, and there's tons of seating back there. So if you like barbecue, get there early again. If you're going for lunch, which is usually when we go there, get there at 11:30. But the seating is part of the fun of that place. It goes for like quite a ways in behind, and there's all sorts of cool areas. And every seating area has a predator and prey in the top part. So look around. Enjoy the Disney magic.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite underrated there, but I have to say, you have to try it. Don't just rely on, reviews and stuff. Actually try it, because I think you'll be surprised.
Which one?
All of them.
All of them, yeah.
All of them. There's so much mixed reviews that I think, honestly, you just have to try it and decide for yourself.
Any other thoughts on Animal Kingdom before we move on to the only one left, so you know, and this is no surprise to me at all, because this... Anything else about Animal Kingdom before I shift gears?
Nope, I think we've about covered it.
All right, and the park with the least amount of restaurants.
With a small 34.
And no surprise at all to me.
Hollywood.
Disney's Hollywood Studios. And not only, in my opinion, is it the least, but it is the worst for dining.
Okay, well, you can't say that until you've discussed it. Explain why.
Well, and I'm going to start by saying...
Well,
where do I start? I'll tell you where I'm going to start. I'm going to start with Galaxy's Edge. Because, in my opinion, before Ronto Roasters and Oga's Cantina opened, which I'm putting those two near the top of the list. Oga's more for drink and an atmosphere, although you can get snacks. Food's not that great.
Don't come at my blue milk.
But... those two are actually near the top. That shows my view of Hollywood Studios. Hollywood Studios has a lot of middle-of-the-road dining. And yes, lovers of Hollywood Brown Derby, this is on my dark list. It is not great as a signature restaurant. It's very inconsistent in our experience. It's so hit and miss. The same thing can be good one time and bland, like almost bad the next time. So I really find Hollywood Brown Derby, which is the signature dining in that park, to be among the worst signature dining. There's others I dislike, but they're not in parks. So, and then the other one that a lot of people love that I really just find is average is Mama Melrose's, the Italian.
Really?
I just strikes me as like a chain food, almost a food court. Like, it's
That's
table.
not necessarily a bad thing.
It's table service though, and if you stick food court food on a plate, doesn't make it better. But anyway, that's my rant. Personal opinion, of course. A lot of people love it there. And the other one I like now, speaking of junky things, which is not open right now, but as we're talking about the perfect world, which hopefully will return at someday, is Dockside Diner, which I say are the best hot dogs in Disney World. Those
foot-long
yeah,
things?
the foot-long things.
They're good, but I don't know anyone who can actually eat a foot of hot dog.
I do, because I skipped the bun.
Okay, well...
So I'm not filling up on those carbs in that bun. So give me a foot long, and I'm happy with lots of mustard and stuff. So, yeah, you know what? Hollywood Studios, there's the back lot. There's a lot of just okay quick service there. Not bad, not great. Sci-fi theater, a whole bunch of places that are okay. And I know everything has a fan. Everything has its fans and not fans. But I am not surprised that Hollywood has the least, because if you ask me to... Well, are you asking me to rank them?
Yes, I am asking you to rank them. And with your ranking, I would like a best and worst from each park. Go.
Okay. So Epcot, yeah, I think the ranking is almost the order. I'm going off the top of my head.
I was thinking that, but I'm...
So I'm going to say Epcot, it's going to be Takumi Tay. for table,
Mm-hmm.
and Regal Eagle Smokehouse.
That's quite good.
For Epcot. Next on my list is going to be Magic Kingdom. I'm still going to go with Cinderella's Royal Table because I have a soft spot for it. I like the food. I like it. But I do like Skipper Canteen as well as a second. Quick service there? Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm going to go with the Plaza. Or sorry, quick service. Gosh.
The Plaza is a close second to Royal Table. It's good.
There's the quick services there are
Would you
so...
consider like Dole Whip and the like ice cream stuff quick service?
Yeah, you can put those in.
I was just wondering.
Yeah, so if I'm going to go that way, if it's for food, gosh, I can't even answer, to be honest, for quick service. They're all sort of the same. I would just say Columbia Harbor House if you want healthy, and if you want a pizza, go to Pinocchio Village House. I don't know, but definitely go to Aloha Isle. Now, where are we? Animal Kingdom, table service.
You're not giving your worst.
Oh, you want my... Oh, I can't think that quick. I'll let you do it in a minute.
I can't. Let me tell you. Epcot,
right.
Worst, the Norwegian one. I'm giving your answers, by the way.
Okay.
And worst, the Magic Kingdom.
So you're talking about Akershus at
Yeah.
Epcot. Worst table service?
Yeah. If you can't say the name, it's not a good name.
Yeah. A lot of people say Akershus.
Don't
They
name
pronounced
it after
it
something no
Akershus.
one can pronounce.
Well, it's Norwegian. I don't mind that. I mean, the whole reason we like World Showcase is it's international.
It's it's not an international cuisine restaurant. It's a princess meet and greet.
Yeah, it's
5-year-olds aren't going to say, "Ooh, Akershus."
It's sort of crossed wires, but carry on.
And then Magic Kingdom. Ooh, I feel you dislike Beauty and the Beast, but I don't know if that would be your worst. What would you say?
No, it's not my worst. For what?
Magic.
For table service?
Yeah, or just worst. You don't have to give both.
Well, Pico Spills. No
Yeah.
question right now.
Okay, yeah.
Pico Spills. It's gross to me. We won't even go near it anymore, so they need to change that.
Yeah.
Next.
This is yours.
Oh, what am I doing?
I'm saying yours.
Well, you started talking about Akershus, so
Yeah,
I've
'cause
lost
that's your worst.
I've
in
lost
Epcot.
track of where I am, everybody.
You're at Animal Kingdom.
And I'm doing best or worst?
Everything.
Oh, I'm doing everything.
You just got there.
Well, I think Tiffin's is probably the nicest dining there.
Yeah.
Worst dining, I don't really have a worst. I mean, Satuli Canteen, I'm just being hard on it because it's overrated. But it's not the worst by a long shot. I can't really think of anything that's the worst there. It's
If there's nothing you dislike, then pass.
there's nothing I dislike that comes to the top of my head. Hollywood is another story. There's many things I dislike there, but it's just,
Joy.
Mama Melrose's I just don't think is good. I really don't.
Really?
It reminds me of...
That's actually near the top of my list.
It reminds me if you go get a frozen chicken parm or something at a grocery store and put it in the microwave, and it's Mama Melrose's.
It's not that bad. That's being a little hard.
Okay, well, I'm trying to make a point. But anyways, I really don't like it. I don't know. It's just my opinion. And then I do like Ronto Roasters there, even though it's not table service. I don't like Brown Derby. I should like Brown Derby. I want to like Brown Derby because I love upscale signature restaurants.
But you don't.
I can't. They're killing me. It's not. It does not worthy. So Ronto Roasters is probably my favorite food meal place in Hollywood Studios.
All right,
Okay,
well,
you go.
I'll rhyme
as we
it off
round out
quickly.
the show.
I feel the parks went downhill in terms of food. Coming in at number 4, we have Hollywood. My least favorite is actually the one in Galaxy's Edge. I don't enjoy the food. I feel it's not marketed towards kids who are the
That's
majority.
Ronto Roasters, my favorite.
Yes, well, I disagree. I don't like it. And the best one, Blue Milk, it's not a meal, but I like it. I think it's the best thing that you can eat at Hollywood Studios. So you know what? I'm putting that at the top of my list. And coming in at number 3, I enjoy Tusker House. It's a character meet and greet, and I know I'm going to get flack for this, but I really enjoy it. And you know what? I don't dislike anything in Animal Kingdom. I think everything there it's decent. And this is going to get some disagreement. Coming in at number 2, which this is in a different league from 3 and 4, Epcot. Yes, this is right. It is not number 1, but number 2. And oh boy, I can you know what my least favorite one is, right? The Norwegian one that I still can't pronounce.
Akershus.
Yes, I can't pronounce it. And quick service. I really like the Germany Pavilion, the caramel. It's really, really good.
Yeah, that's fair. It's
I
good.
count that. And, Monsieur Paul, however you say it, it's a good restaurant. I enjoy it. I would eat there again. Now, this actually surprised me, but coming in at number 1, we have Magic Kingdom, because it's really, really good. And of course, Cinderella's Royal Table is... It's exceptional. It's quite good. And Dole Whip it's gotta be, it's quick service for me. I really enjoy it. And honorable mention, ice cream. Now, as always, Pico Spills, please fix it. It used to be so good.
And just as an example, I didn't talk about Tony's, the Italian restaurant in Magic Kingdom. I don't love Italian food anyway, but I find Tony's, for example, to be better than Mama Melrose's, just to put it in some perspective for you.
I like Tony's. It's not my favorite, but I like it.
It's okay. There's a lot of okay in Magic Kingdom. And speaking of okay, we have reached the end of this Whirlwind Foodie Guide quick tour of dining in the parks. So the bottom line is, in any park, there's something good worth dining at. So do your research. I probably won't agree with me on all these, but those are my opinions. Don't. Yeah, you don't, but that's what makes the world go around. Read a lot of reviews, and you can really find out in the end if you think you're going to like it or not.
Yeah, and if there's mixed, hey, try it. Nothing's really bad.
Give it a try.
Disney.
Well, some are, but we've highlighted ones, that really are bad. And some reviews will highlight that for you as well. So we hope you are not too hungry now, and if you're going to go have a snack, then that's okay. We thank you for coming on this gastronomic journey of Walt Disney World parks with us today. We hope you enjoyed the show. Check us out on 1923 Main Street on social media everywhere. That's our handle. And we hope to see you again next week. So have a magical day, everyone.
Bye-bye.